Welcome to A1 Storyteller, the home of the most intense, thought-provoking, and powerful stories. Today's story will leave you speechless. A tale of injustice, resilience, and ultimate revenge. Stay with us until the end, because this one is unforgettable. Walmart was bustling with customers that evening, shelves stacked high with discounted goods, and cash registers ringing. Jamal Carter, 28, had been working the evening shift, as he had for the past 2 years. He wasn't just an employee, he was a man with big dreams, saving up to start his own business, a fresh food market in his neighborhood where families wouldn't have to rely on overpriced convenience stores. But all his dreams were shattered in an instant. A commotion started near the entrance. 2 teenage boys in hoodies ran out of the store clutching stolen merchandise. The automatic doors slid open, and just as they escaped into the parking lot, a police officer stormed inside. Officer Daniel Reeves. He was already infamous in the neighborhood, a man with a badge but no compassion. Known for his brutality, for escalating situations that never needed violence. He was hunting for a suspect, and when his eyes landed on Jamal, standing near the customer service desk, he made a decision that would change everything. "Hey, you! Stop right there!" Reeves barked, pointing his gun. Jamal turned, confused. "Me? Hands where I can see them." The entire store went silent. Shoppers froze. Employees exchanged panicked glances. Jamal raised his hands, his voice steady. "Officer, I work here." Reeves didn't listen. In his mind, Jamal looked like a suspect, a black man in a navy blue Walmart vest. Close enough. Then, bang! A gunshot tore through the silence. Jamal felt a white-hot pain explode in his shoulder. His legs gave out beneath him as he collapsed to the cold tile floor. Blood pooled underneath him. His breathing turned shallow, the world fading in and out. Screams erupted. Customers scattered. Someone yelled, "Call 911!" Lisa, his co-worker, rushed forward. "You shot him, he works here!" Reeves barely flinched. "He fit the description," he muttered, holstering his gun. Without checking on Jamal, without an ounce of regret, he turned and walked away. A few customers had their phones out, they had it all on video, but for Jamal, darkness had already taken over. The news spread within hours. Viral videos, protests, outrage. But no one burned hotter than Serena Carter, Jamal's sister. Serena wasn't just any woman. She was ex-military intelligence, a woman trained in tactics, surveillance, and strategic takedowns. A woman who had spent years protecting others. Now, she had one mission: destroy Officer Daniel Reeves. She stood by Jamal's hospital bed, watching her brother struggle to breathe, his arms strapped in bandages. Their mother sat in a corner, praying through her tears. Serena clenched her fists. "I'll handle this." Her mother looked up, fear in her eyes. "Serena, don't..." "I said, I'll handle this." She meant it. Reeves had picked the wrong family to mess with. Serena didn't just want revenge, she wanted justice. She started digging into Reeves' past. What she found was sickening. 12 excessive force complaints, 5 racial profiling accusations, 2 internal investigations, both covered up. Yet the man was still wearing a badge. Serena compiled every shred of evidence she could find and leaked it to a local journalist. Within 24 hours, the news was everywhere. Within 24 hours, the news was everywhere. Rogue cop shoots innocent employee. Officer Reeves, a history of violence. How many more must suffer? The pressure was mounting. Protesters gathered outside the police station, demanding his immediate arrest. But Reeves still walked free. That's when Serena knew, if the system wouldn't stop him, she would. Serena wasn't just a fighter, she was a strategist. She spent days tracking Reeves. She studied his patterns. She followed him after his shifts. She learned his weaknesses. And then, she set the trap. One night as Reeves left a bar, he found his car's tires slashed. His phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. "You shot an innocent man. Now it's your turn to be hunted." His hands trembled as he looked around, but the streets were empty, or so he thought. Serena was watching, And she wasn't done yet. The next morning, Reeves' worst nightmare unfolded. At 7 a.m., the FBI raided his house. Serena had found evidence of corruption, bribes, falsified reports, even involvement in covering up another officer's crime. The FBI had enough to bury him. As he was dragged from his house in handcuffs, cameras flashed. Reporters shouted questions. "Officer Reeves!" He looked around, his face drained of color. And then he saw her, standing across the street, arms folded, staring him down. Serena Carter. She didn't say a word. She just smiled. Because she had won. Reeves was sentenced to 25 years in prison. Jamal recovered stronger than ever. With the settlement money, he opened the grocery store he had always dreamed of, giving back to his community. And Serena, she wasn't done. There were more corrupt cops out there, more families suffering. She had found her new mission, because revenge wasn't just about one man, it was about changing the whole system. This has been another powerful story from A1 Storyteller. If this story moved you, hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe for more eye-opening stories. What would you do if this happened to someone you love? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned, because the next story, it's even more shocking.